Hello, Master Numerologist. And I want to pop on here right quick because I want to explain the numerology about what happened on the big protest. Those numbers created a number pattern like this. It was a 4, a 5, and a 9. April gives us the 4. The day of the protest, the 5, right? And then the year was 2025, which breaks down to the 9 energy there. When you add these three numbers together here, you come back to a number 9 because 4 plus 5 equals 9 and 9 plus 9 equals 18. Okay, so fundamentally, the first number lead us off. It's like the earth tone. It's like the main ingredient. And so in order for this protest to take place, the 4 energy had to be at work. So because the position, the first number carries the prime spiritual force. Number 4 is the number of structures. This protest had to be structured in order for it to be success. So it was organized and it was planned. It just wasn't thrown together overnight. It had to, it had to get the word out. It had to give the people enough time to figure out where they're going to protest, if they was going to travel to a particular location, how they going to arrange for the transportation, where they're going to stay. Are they going to stay with friends? Or are they going to rent them a hotel or a motel? All that takes planning. You just can't do a protest of this magnitude overnight. So you see how important that 4 energy was. You had to figure out, well, when do we want to do it? Okay. What time do we want to start? You understand? And then we had to also get the word out that we're going to protest, but we're going to do it very peacefully. We need to give the people time enough to make their little banners and their little posters. If parents had children, they needed time perhaps to find a babysitter if they didn't want to bring the child with them. So you see just how important the 4 energy is. But the primarily power is you needed to structure it, organize it, and once the protest is started, you needed to have the discipline to keep it peacefully. Now, what were they protesting against? Well, the next number was the number 5, which rules our freedom. America is born with a 5 destiny, and our freedom is under assault. So we have the Bills of Rights that guaranteed us our freedoms. We have the Constitution that guarantees us our freedoms, but our Bill of Rights and our Constitution are under assault. Now, the main theme was called hands off. Once again, a hand has the 4 fingers and the thumb, which makes the number 5. The number 5, once again, is stating that this protest is about keep your hands off of our freedom. Okay, let us congregate peacefully, but we have the freedom to congregate. We have the freedom of speech. We have Social Security, Medicare that's under assault, hands off. They're deporting people without giving them their day in court. So hands off of that. Hands off of our money, our treasury. Hands off of our education. Hands off of our social programs that assist and offer aid to needy people, not just here in America, but around the globe. Hands off our food stamps. Hands off of destroying our economy with these tariffs that will ramp up inflation, putting a burden on those who can least afford them. This protest saw solidarity from countries outside of America who understood that these tariffs would increase inflation in their societies. The sea of humanity stands as one to preserve our rights to freedom. So, the sea of humanity, which is the 9 energy, came out to preserve our freedom or to fight for our freedom. But in order for it to have been successful, it had to be properly structured and organized. And because it was given an opportunity to promote it, because the four energy is also about promotion, other citizens around the world joined in. So this nine is the world. Okay, that's what these numbers are representing. That's the type of day we was having on the day of the protest. Now, there's something else you're going to take a look at. There's hidden energies that's going through this vibration. So what I do is I look at the first two numbers and I add them together, and I get a 9. There's a strong indication this is about humanity fighting for their rights. And then I look at these two numbers, the 9 and the 5 gives me a 5. And there's my 5 repeating again, putting emphasis on that our freedom is under assault. Then I look at these two numbers, 9 plus 5 brings me back to another 5. So now you're seeing two fives coming together. And then I look at this number and that number, and that's a 4. Now this creates what I call an upside down pyramid. And within the pyramid, you see the two fives, the freedom fighters. You see the number 4, the discipline, but you also see the power of the people, the humanity. You understand? Now, how can you use numerology to assist you in your own personal life? So let's say today is the 6th. Today is the 6th. And you want to know what kind of vibration you're under. Well, you take a look at the month that you're in. So that's April. And this is going to stick with us at least until 30, 31 days, however many days in the month of April. But this number is constantly changing. So we went from the 5 to the 6, which is going to change the vibration. This number is going to stay the same because it's 365 days. So this number don't change. This number changes like every 28, 30, 31 days. So the main theme of this month right here is to try to make sure yourself is structured and make sure that yourself is organized. Make sure you plan things out. But this day right here is for the lovers, the number 6. So this would be a good day to say you were sweet on someone and you haven't had the courage to talk to them. This would be a good day to go and talk to a person that you've been admiring from a distance, or it'd be a good day for you to take your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your husband and your wife out on a date, because the 6 rules, romance in one of its aspects. Or it'd be a good day to have your children drop over to see you, or you may pop up and go see your children. You understand? And then when you add these 3 numbers together, you get a 1 energy, which means that this is a day in which that you can start something. Say you've been procrastinating, that you've been wanting to do something, but you haven't done it. Well, get it started today. You can, if you've been wanting to meditate, start today meditating. If you wanted to start writing, um, a song or a book, you can do that today. Or you can take yourself out on a date. You go to the movies and you might meet somebody at the movies, or you can take yourself to the park. So it's just, this number right here is just, or you can be by yourself today, go and cuddle up with a good book. Or you can like turn on the television and watch a romantic movie. You see, so the 6th energy rules all affairs of the heart. But that's how you can apply the numerology to assist you in your day-to-day affairs. And if you work in harmony with these numbers, then you're going to have a greater probability of finding success. You understand? Now, the opposite can also happen here. So, for y'all couples that you're married and you're in a relationship and you find yourself in a big argument, say, okay, where did this come from? Well, the day is the 6th. And so the 6th energy also rules arguments from couples, um, divorces, you know, um, you can be, in a fight with your children, so the opposite holds true as well. So if you find out you come home from work and all of a sudden, your girl or your man is, jumping all over you, understand it's the sixth day. And what you can do is just say, well, listen, can we just table this? Can we just table this for right now? And then go and maybe isolate yourself somewhere and allow the energies to cool down, and then maybe tomorrow you can revisit it, because tomorrow is going to be a 7 day, and then you're going to have the Lord with you. You understand? So this is just some valuable insights to how you can utilize numerology on a day-to-day basis in your life. And if you follow the harmony of the numbers, you're probably going to be met with least amount of resistance, because you're in the flow. It's always better and easier to go with the flow in life instead of going against the flow. Okay, you guys. So until the next video, peace.